This video is all you need to know everything about assets and liabilities. And if you want the simplest definition possible, think of your bank account like a pocket. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket, whereas a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Think of an asset as a seed. You plant it, that is, invest your money, you water it, give it time, and eventually it grows fruit, that is, cash, that you can enjoy without killing the tree. So basically, assets are of two types: tangible and intangible assets. Tangible assets are physical things like real estate, gold, or equipment, whereas intangible assets are non physical things that have massive value, like a trademark, a copyright, or a brand name. Simple, right? But here's the twist: most of us spend our entire lives collecting things that we think are assets but are actually liabilities. And here are the some most common examples. The first one is real estate, your house. Now, a house can be an asset or a liability depending on how you are using it. So, unless you are renting it out and making a profit every month, your home is a liability. Think about it. Every month you pay the mortgage, the property taxes, you pay for the water, the electricity bills. So, the money is flowing out of your pocket. And now, if you sell it in 20 years for a profit, it becomes an asset at that moment. But until then, it is a liability. Second is stocks and bonds. So, stock is basically buying company shares, whereas bonds is acting as a lender by giving loan to a company or a government and by making profit through interest rate. Third is intellectual property. So, if you write a book, record a song, or build an app, that work can keep selling forever. It's the gift that keeps on giving to your bank account. And fourth is you, yourself is an asset. And this might sound cheesy, but your brain is the ultimate asset. It has the highest return on investment possible. So if you invest in yourself in learning a skill that helps you command a higher salary, it is an asset. And now the liabilities. So the liability is a legal obligation to settle a debt or responsibility. In simple language, it is a claim that someone else has on your future time and money. So when you take out a loan for a flashy TV, you are not just paying for the TV. You are signing away a portion of your future paychecks to a bank. So you are essentially telling the bank that I will work for you for the next 12 months until this is settled. And the reason why we care about this is not because of boarding accounts, but because of time. So every liability that you add to your life is a time thief. It forces you to stay at a job longer to service the debt. And every asset you add is a time maker. It eventually generates enough income to buy your time back so you can do what you actually love. And this is exactly where most people get stuck in the middle class trap. Because we are often taught to buy things that look like wealth, but actually they drain our wealth. And in finance, we call these as pseudo assets. And here are the most common things that people think are assets but are actually liabilities in disguise. First is the luxury car. So people think it is an asset because it has a resale value and it represents their success and status. But in reality, a car is a depreciating liability. It loses value the moment you turn the key. And between fuel, service, and insurance, it is a constant drain. A true asset pays you, whereas a car costs you. Second is high-end gadgets and tools. And this is very common for content creators and professionals thinking that the latest iPhone or top-tier camera is an investment because they think that I need the best tech possible to produce the best work. But actually, technology has the fastest depreciation rate of almost anything you can buy. In 2 years, that investment is worth half what you paid for. So if the gadget isn't directly and immediately increasing your income, it is just an expensive toy. Third is the investment in jewelry and fashion. And people often buy gold jewelry or designer clothes like those high-end lehengas or watches, thinking they can always sell them later. And they seem as an investment because gold has an intrinsic value and designer names hold their worth. But when you buy jewelry, you pay for the making charges, the taxes that you never get back. And designer clothes are even worse because trends change and the second-hand market for clothes is brutal. So unless you are a professional collector, these are just personal expenses and not financial investments. Fourth is formal education. And this is a bit controversial because a degree is something that no one can take away from you, right? But if you take out a massive student loan for a degree that is not significantly increasing your earning power, you have just bought a liability. You are trading years of your future income for a piece of paper that is not providing a return on investment. And here's the part where I get a little real with you. So when most people get a raise, they immediately upgrade their liabilities. They get themselves a nicer car, move into a bigger apartment, and start eating at places where menus don't have pictures of food. Delicious, right? But still a liability. And here I am not telling you to live like a hermit eating cold beans and to never own a house or a nice car. The goal is to use your income to buy assets first, and then eventually those assets will earn enough money to pay for your liabilities or luxuries. The goal is to change the order in which your money is flowing. And that's the difference between rich and poor. Because poor people buy liabilities with their labor, which is their salary, whereas wealthy people use their labor to buy assets and then use the income from these assets to buy their luxuries. And now you might ask how to start, right? So you don't need $1 million to start collecting assets. You just need a shift in perspective. So next time when you are about to tap your card, ask yourself, is this going to pay me back or am I going to have to keep paying for it? Start small. Buy one share of a company, put a little extra into your retirement account. The difference between being rich, which is having a high income, and being wealthy, having assets that cover your life, is exactly this. The wealth is the ability to walk away from a job you hate because your assets are already doing the work for you. And honestly, that feeling is much better than the new car smell. So that's all for this video. Hope you liked it and don't forget to like and subscribe.